Hi, I'm Sam. I grew up in the north of England in a city called Leeds. I've been living in Australia now for the last 5.5 years, initially in Sydney, and then I moved up to Newcastle at the end of 2017. So, yeah. I was very focused on initially getting a good career, getting my nursing degree so that I could move to Australia. That was always part of the plan for me. I took lots of pride in the fact that I'd done it all for myself and that I was independent and didn't rely on anybody. But then after a couple of years of living in Australia, life became pretty lonely. I was always comparing myself to friends who had got houses and marriages and thinking that I was somehow failing at life. And I felt like there was still something missing, even though I'd achieved kind of most of what I wanted. So then, yeah, it was pretty sad, lots of anxiety and depression at times. So, yeah. Things began to change after I'd been living in Sydney for a few years. I felt like there was something missing, and that's when I started thinking more about Jesus. And I did go to a church for a few months in Sydney, and then I moved up to Newcastle. And it was probably in my second week of work, I sat next to a girl called Lucy in the handover room and got chatting about that. And I had heaps of questions still, and she said to me, "Oh, why don't you come along to the Life series? That's the perfect opportunity to ask those questions." And yeah, so then I went along to that. Loved it. So yeah. Biggest thing that stood out to me was the fact that Jesus had died for me, for my sins, so that they could be forgiven. I'd always grown up knowing about Jesus dying and being resurrected, but never fully comprehended the enormity of the symbol behind it. Because I'd been told that we were being judged for our actions, and then knowing that Jesus had already covered all that for me, and he loved me, and he only wants the best for me. He's not waiting for me to fail. He's wanting me to do well and lift me up and build me up, and wants me to be with him there at the end. So it was a really huge thing for me. Life has changed a lot, so like I say, I was always focused mostly on material things, comparing my life to what other people had. And as nice as those things like having a house and things would be, they're not where I primarily put my focus now. I know that they're temporary, and that what I have to look forward to is far greater than that, eternal salvation with Jesus. Nothing compares to that.